He's got corn coming up a couple of weeks later. And beans. 2 rows of beans. But his plot is so dry because he doesn't have a hose. And he's doing this by hand for the hose. I kind of left him on his own to water it. And it's growing. It's got beans and corn. The peas aren't coming up, there's not enough moisture. And it's a full sun plot too. And this is my plot. This is Lapi's plot, I should say. My plot. It's Lapi's plot. Or the Herney plot. The difference between the one I just showed you and the one here is basically I have a hose and I can water this every morning. Everything's coming up. Cucumbers, squash, everything. Pumpkins. There's the green beans and there's the corn. So that means I can sister crop this land. I wasn't expecting much this year out of this land. I'm still in the experimental phases of my community gardening, but now I know this land sustains corn, beans, and squash, pumpkins, cucumbers, kale. Got a whole bunch of kale over there. It's growing like nothing. This is, I think this garden is about 3 weeks old, or 2 or 3 weeks old. Now I have the luxury of a hose. Now to most people a hose is not much, but to many it's a lot. And these are the struggles that I need to address to whoever's listening. These gardens, for some, they look like nothing, but it's the difference between eating all summer and not. And we can do this. And I think I have the secret to all of this, combining lessons that I've learned. Carport greenhouses. They're metal framed, they're very strong, the wind won't take them down. All you need is greenhouse material to cover them. And I'm telling you, my friend's doing this in North Sydney with a carport, and his corn is already touching the ceiling, and that's about 8 feet. So imagine having a carport plot, a good size cart, like 30 by something, for each, I don't know, square area of a reserve. Well, we'd be feeding a good 1,000 people, no problem. And all we'd need is this earth, a carport, and a hose. I'll supply the frickin' seeds, because, you know, this is murder. We have all this knowledge, this land, these tools now that we can use, but we're not using them. And for the sake of a hose, this should not be stopping us from feeding ourselves. And I'm not blaming the people with no hose. I'm blaming the people that are not giving them the hose. Like, they don't have any money. We just want to try to help each other. That's it. But we have no hoses, no support. You know, we could have plenty of food. Carport greenhouses, man, it's so cheap. It's so crazy. It's so crazy it might just work.